Hey guys, it's Jen Hairston. How are you? So, a couple of thoughts. So, the other day on my page, Poetry with a Purpose, I did a post about walking poems. And so, recently, as a result of teaching poetry classes, I've been digging in or thumbing through this handbook. It's a handbook of poetic forms, edited by Ron Padgett. It doesn't say who wrote it; it just says who edited it. It's probably one and the same. But in any event, I've been going through this book that I have not gone through before. I've had it for many years. It's just been sitting on my bookshelf, and I was cleaning out the bookshelf and found this handbook, and I've been going through it, like I said, and just it's been really cool to go through the handbook and look at all the different formats for poetry. And some of them I'm like, oh, I've written this form before and I didn't even know it was a form. I was just writing. So last week I did walking poems with my class, and walking poems is exactly what it sounds like. You take a walk and write a poem. But you could write about what you observe on the walk. You could write about a revelation that you've had on the walk. You could write about how your mind moves during the walk, because our mind operates differently when we're inside or still versus when we're outside and in motion. Or you could write a poem in the length, style, or shape of the walk, if that makes sense. Sometimes we walk in circles. A lot of times I walk in circles. And sometimes we'll walk in a square, or we'll walk in an L shape, or whatever the case might be. So you can sort of play around with the shape of the poem, which is kind of cool too. So I typically don't write myself when I'm doing the class, but sometimes I do. So I didn't have the intention to write a walking poem, but I did. Couldn't help myself. So this exercise was really cool. I really enjoyed it, and I want to do more of it because it's just, I like taking in new images, and we tend to get accustomed to the things that we see. We, as a therapist would say, you habituate to your surroundings, right? We take it for granted. We don't notice it anymore unless we're intentionally noticing the things around us. And that's kind of what happened during this walk for me, is that I am paying closer attention, still allowing my mind to wander, not focusing in any particular way, allowing things to come into my awareness, and also just taking note of it. I take notes. When I was walking, I took notes. You could do that too. So you could either write the poem during the walk, or you could write it after the walk. So I did half and half. I took notes, I took pictures, I wrote out some things, and then when I got back to my office, we all sat down and we worked on our poems. So I wanted to share this poem. It's called Walking Memory. Two mermaids and a weather vane. A woman glances at us like we're insane. Women walking, not talking, sneaky like alligators, several blocks like poet investigators. Asphalt stuck in my boot, a bed of dandelions, and a dream catcher in a room closest to the roof. Boats still bed for winter, raised up like low clouds on mountain ranges. My mind plays tricks, neurons fire, excited for engagement. Red truck for sale, perfect for a small town with no expectations. Stained glass windows, I gaze in amazement. Circa 1800 houses, my favorite. A man walking behind me that I don't know cuts across the parking lot on Fire Island Avenue, just as I tell the girls to go, like a gym teacher, my thumb pointing the way. And we all laugh. Same joke, different day. I see income tax for rent, and then I think of all the time and money I spent here. The coffee shop, matcha lattes, barista chairs. Getting a hit was always an affair. Silvio throwing tantrums and Nigel pouting everywhere because I said no to $15 acai bowls. Back on busy street, 3 gnomes, a one-way parking lot, church steeple, rap music from a car I couldn't see through, Asian ladies leaving the spa for the day, cars lined up to take them away. She smiled, we smiled. It's such a nice day. Then a blind spot I couldn't see. Healing trauma is what that sounds like to me. Lion clubs playing on TV in a restaurant I never ate at. Sequin dresses I love, but I'm probably too fat. Wait, I'm walking slowly behind the others, but this is what I do. Fall behind and then catch up quick. It's my druthers. Patio with steel benches for the mentally ill, developmentally disabled. Am I allowed to say that? The smell of earth and rain soon to come, and an open plot. Death by storefront in the works, like it or not. La La Land spelled out at a children's place. Now I wish there were more shops. I waved to Rob, but he's busy, back on 206 East Main Street. I'll miss thee, all of thee. But now I have this poem and this walk as a memory. So try it out. It's National Poetry Month. You know, some people say that they're not poets. I don't believe them. We all have the ability to write, and we have the ability to create, and we have the ability to speak, right? And express ourselves in different ways. So I think jot a few words out on a piece of paper, if anything, and just play around and see what comes to you. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.